Hey guys, so if you're watching this, I just want to welcome you to the director's commentary of the web series This Is Why. Ming. The first thing we're going to do is we want to thank you guys, because without you guys we wouldn't have gotten the response we've had, and it's been amazing, so thank you. You know, most of you guys already know the cast. I just want to take this time to thank the crew, which you guys don't know much about. We want to thank Brian, he's the head of photography for this project. We want to thank Kikit, Jean, Gordon, Zikan. Without them, the project won't be on YouTube because we'd just be acting and no one will be recording. To the crew, you guys have been amazing. Thank you for helping me bring this dream to life. I just want to thank as well everyone who has allowed us to use their places to shoot, and INTI for letting us shoot in their campus. Thank you guys so much. So besides having just a story to tell, there were many reasons why we did this web series. Brian and I set out to make this web series a totally homegrown, homemade, independent project. And what that means is, yes, we did need to find locations who were willing to sponsor us the location, but other than that, there were no corporations involved, there were no companies, no sponsors. And what I mean by no sponsors is that no one paid us anything to put any products into wherever you see, and it was totally just us going door to door, going around, asking people, and I'm telling you, if we can shoot 6 episodes worth of content with just that, you can do it too. A big reason why we made this web series is to just prove to you guys that, hey, you don't need all those things you think you need to make something like this. So that's one of the big reasons why. Another reason why? Well, we had a story to tell. It's about this guy called Jim who can't believe he's got the number of the girl that he really likes, and this girl is asking him to teach math. And from the get-go, he doesn't believe things are happening the way it is. That's where a waiter appears and begins to guide him along the way. And then we introduce Sarah. She's had this small thing for Jim as well. Now, Jim has had a thing for Sarah for a really long time, so that explains why he's so nervous. And you know, they finally meet up. Jim gets to teach her math. Then we also introduce Lee, who, unlike most of what you guys think, is actually Sarah's best friend. Lee's the kind of guy who gets all the girls that he wants. He's Mr. Popular in school with a very dark side. So when Jim gets all of Sarah's attention, he doesn't like it. So he finds out that Jim and Sarah are meeting in the cafe, and well, he shows up. We introduce May. May comes in as a totally new girl in college, which Jim has never seen. Not that he would notice, because he just isn't the type. Sean played a cameo role as Jim's friend who tries to hit on May, while May peculiarly just wanted to talk to Jim. Jim didn't know how to react. Sean took May away, and the next time we see May was in the cafe scene. Lee managed to get Sarah out, convince her that, okay, Jim's not really the guy you think he is. And just at that moment when everything that can go wrong goes wrong, Sarah sees Jim and May together, and you know, sometimes small things like that get blown up really big when there's a close friend talking to you about it. That's where Lee uses his position to the most of his abilities and just goes at, "See, I told you." You know, it's a really light thing, it's just a hug, but it's who tells you what it is, the way they tell you what it is. I believe that affects things. It doesn't help that May was there right at that moment, you know, talking to Jim, and things get kinda, well, you know. So after that, Lee kind of realizes that things didn't turn out how he wanted to. Sarah just wants to be alone. He realizes that maybe I did this for myself, not for Sarah. That just hit something in his mind. So he goes and looks for Jim. Then they have their whole romance episode where he just settles things with Jim. He admits to what he's done. he just confesses that he's let someone down in the past and he wants to make things right. He tells Jim that, hey, I used to be a Jim and so I know how that feels, and he didn't like being reminded of how someone else got attention. Jim's okay with it, he gets the picture. Lee tells Jim to run off and go fix things to Sarah, and that brings us to the last episode of the series. We find Jim outside Sarah's door trying to figure out what to say, and Waiter appears for the last time, giving him the last push of advice, and Waiter disappears, leaving his broom behind. Jim talks to Sarah's dad. Sarah's dad gives him a little bit more of advice to say what he means and mean it, which I think most fathers want guys to mean when they're talking to their daughters. Sarah comes out, Jim admits everything he's needed to say. Things end well for Jim and Sarah. At the end of the series, we brought back May, but she looks totally different and Waiter's watching. And we ended with the sunglasses. So what's up with May seeing Waiter and Waiter seeing May? I'll get to that after your questions. Ching Eng Shen, will Jim ever take off his glasses and become Superman? Why Brian never act?
Packs, shows your packs. Oh wow.
This story itself was made of a few personal stories. Some people that I've talked to can relate a bit with what Jim goes through. When I was in high school, I wasn't exactly the most eloquent person in the world. Jim's character comes a lot from what I experienced with girls. I had a lot of doubt, a lot of insecurities. I did not meet a random appearing waiter, and hot girls never came up to me in the library to talk. So those pretty much fiction. Every episode we get the question, what's the theme song? And I just had to tell you guys this. Read the description. We actually have the theme song online. It's at youtube.com/weareskyward. So please go to the channel, subscribe, check out the video, share it with your friends. As for the acoustic version, a lot of you guys have been asking for it. So maybe we'll do one. We'll see. We could. So yeah, to be very honest with you guys, I started writing the series last year. It took at least 6 months, with the last 2 months really tidying up everything, finding the cast, finishing the characters based on who the cast were. So that's how long it took to lay out the storyline from day one to printing out the scripts. Is it possible for you guys to be the guy, right?
No.
Okay, for obvious reasons, we could not create 20-minute episodes, so I knew there had to be sacrifices in storytelling, so I couldn't really expand much on people's characters like Lee or Sarah's dad, or why he talks to this wife of his who's not in the story. I would love to, but it really depends. I'll talk more about it later. This whole thing revolves around the reasons why people do what they do. And the theme of this 6 episodes is about courage. How Jim finds the courage to face what he's insecure about, how Lee finds the courage to face his past, how Sarah has the courage to do something that girls don't normally do, make the first move. Basically, that's why the theme is called This Is Why. There's a lot of questions asking about May and Lee. Is the waiter an illusion? What's the relationship between May and Lee? Well, basically for episodes 1 to 5, the waiter only appears to Jim, and he's basically invisible to everyone else. Well, May has the ability as that person who appears at the end as well to show herself to Sarah, to Sean, to anyone else. The waiter disappears out of thin air. That's kind of what he does. You guys have been asking whether they're angels or devils, fairies. Here is the legit term that I'm going to use to call the waiter. So he is Jim's guide, and he guides Jim along the lines of courage. May was the guide of trust and loyalty. That's why what she does is she puts Jim in situations where it tests his loyalty to what he's supposed to be doing. It tests trust. She's not really a devil, the waiter's not really an angel. They're both guides, but with different roles altogether. So other than the questions about why didn't Jim and Sarah kiss, the most asked question in all the YouTube comments and all the comments on Facebook was, is there gonna be a continuation? Is there gonna be season 2? Honestly, I can't really answer that right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. As you guys may or may not know, the 6 episodes that we put up was a lot of work. Months and months. Up to the very end, it was work every single week, making sure the videos came out, the behind the scenes came out, and every episode came out as best as we could bring them out. For season 2 to happen, a lot of y'all wanted longer episodes, more stories, and honestly, the only way we can see that happening, well, is up to you guys. Right now, there are 6 episodes, 6 videos on our channel, and what we really need your help is share it around. Share it on your Facebook, on your Twitter. We just need the web series to be out there, to get a big response, to get a big support from everyone so we can kickstart our next season. So what that really means is season 2 is really in your hands. You've heard us ask you guys to like, share and subscribe. It's not just for fun, but it actually really does help us out a lot. It just makes the platform for season 2 bigger and stronger so we can do more things and well, make the stories that you guys want. Most of you guys want to know what's up with May and the waiter. We definitely want to tell you what's up. We gotta wait and see. So yeah guys, it's been an amazing month and a half. It's the first time we've consistently released one video every week. What really touches my heart, touches the team's heart is that around 9:30 every Monday we get tweets, comments, where's the next episode? It's supposed to be up. We see you guys waiting for the next episode. It's something we would never have predicted, we could never expect, but you guys have made every single week such. It's something to look for us as well. You guys make it worth it. To the cast and crew, if you guys are still watching and you guys still want to hear my voice, thank you for being so patient with me. I might not be the best director and I might not know what I'm doing all the time, but you guys really fill in the blanks for me. Thank you so much for making all this happen, and Rafi for coloring. You know what you did. Thanks to the cast. Nick, you're an amazing actor. We're so fortunate to have you. Thanks for doing soundtracking for us. Thanks for helping us produce the theme song. Shen, most of you might not know him, but he's the second soundtracker and he's responsible for at least 80% of the soundtrack in this. Shen, you're an amazing person. Thank you so much for your time. Karen, you're a busy woman. Just having you part of this project and make you play two so different roles at the same time. You're good stuff. Thank you so much. Colin, oh my gosh, Colin. To have an actor from the theatre of your caliber in this project. Thank you for giving your input, your insight to us and really helping us as well. I want to thank my brother, Ming H, for being the nut he is. You know, thank you for co-directing as well. It's been great to have a sibling like you to do the same things that I do. It's nice having you along for the ride, man. Thank you. Finally, I want to thank Miss Vanessa. You've done an amazing job. It was great meeting you. I actually saw her in a film competition and approached her not knowing what project was in store, and you played Sarah's role well. Thank you for putting up with a lot of awkwardness, a lot of times where we just had no idea what we were doing. Thank you for making this happen. We wouldn't have a lead actress without you. Sean, Jared for cameoing. Thank you so much guys. Sean is the guy in episode 2, Jared's the guy in episode 4. Sean's a beatboxer, Jared's a writer, director in Grim Film. Thank you so much guys. You guys are amazing. That's about it guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this sheds a little bit more light and answers some questions. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys soon. Bye!